Hi guys, it's Irit and I finally have a new video, and this is the first layout I created with my January hip kits. Here's the finished layout, and this one took a while, so I'm just gonna explain what I did here, and I pretty much kept all of my process in. So I'm starting with the color kit, and I'm using the stencil and the Heidi Swapp gold paste, and I'm actually using it on the wood veneer pieces that we got in the main kit. I'm pretty sure it's in the main kit, and I thought it would be nice to dress it up. Now I don't end up using this on my layout, but I will use it in future layouts for sure, and it worked really well, and it looks really cute. And I thought I would add a little bit of, this is actually embossing powder. It's like a glittery gold embossing powder. And I tried to heat set it once the paste was dry. You should wait until the paste was dry. And it kind of bubbled up a bit, I think, the paste. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea. Maybe it's better to add some glitter, and yeah, just don't do as I do as I say. No, I just don't think it worked so well, but you can gently heat set it and then maybe you'll be okay. So now I'm moving on to my layout, and I had this idea. I kind of wanted to use the stencil in a vertical line across my layout, and I'm not going for perfection. Kind of going for more, I don't know, random look, or a little bit messy. And you know, you can do this really perfectly, or tape your stencil down and just go over the whole stencil. But yeah, I don't do it like that. But some of the hearts just get a little bit of paste, and then it looks, you know, a little bit messy. So if you care about that, just pay attention, and maybe use some paper to mask off the hearts you don't want. Yeah, everything you don't want on your layout, just mask it off. So I don't want to throw away the leftovers, you know, because the paste comes in a tube. It's not as easy as in a jar to put it back. Actually, you just can't put it back. So I'm just using the leftovers on some more wood veneer pieces. And another thing you could do is you could just cover the whole wood veneer with the gold paste or the pink paste, and yeah, get like a whole new embellishment. So my process this time was a little bit different than usual. Usually I pick a few papers and then I just go through the kit looking, you know, picking stuff that works. But this time I kind of started with just choosing some products, you know, actually taking it off the sticker sheet or chipboard sheet and putting them in this cute little tray that I got in IKEA, or IKEA as some countries say it. So you can see at the beginning I was gonna go with a white. I wanted to use that white piece of cardstock that I used the paste on as my background, and I thought I would add some strips of pattern paper. But then I left that idea and thought about using this paper as my background, the other side, not the side with arrows. But I decided I liked it more white. So on to the next idea, which was this type of design with these strips of paper. I think it's a good idea. What works for me is I pulled there's a lot of pattern paper in the kit, and sometimes it's hard to decide what to use, especially when it's a brand new kit. So I just took 2 papers that I thought went really, really well with my photos and just started from there. And that really limits my choices. And then I went on to all the embellishments and picked out pieces that fit that color scheme. So now you can see my next idea, and I kept it all in just because I think it's like interesting to see. I know also a lot of people are always like happy to see that it's not always so simple, and it doesn't always all fall, together just perfectly super fast. So definitely no, I mean, some layouts are easier. This one was actually quite a long process for me. For someone else it might be fast, but I think it took me probably over 2 hours to make it, which is, I usually finish my layouts in less than an hour. So then I had this thought of you can see kind of like this main square element on my page with the photos and the white cardstock with the hearts in the center, and then these strips at the bottom and the top. And the strips are actually going to stay, but I'm going to change it. And it took a lot of playing around until I got it the way that I liked it. So you see that I decided to cut that white piece of cardstock with the hearts that I made, and I think that's really important to, make the products and the papers and whatever work for you, and not be so limited by like an initial idea or something like that. So, I made the background and then it just didn't work for me and my design. So I cut it up, and and it worked out well at the end. So I'm saying a lot of so. Sorry, it's just I'm getting back into the groove of making the videos. You see, I'm still not really convinced about my design, and now I'm thinking in this direction of just layering all the pieces behind the photos, and now I'm going back again to this idea of a square, and I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go in a different direction. And I think maybe this whole idea of gathering my supplies at the beginning, just, a few pieces of the chipboard and a few of the stickers and everything, I'm not sure that it's something that works for me. I think maybe it actually got me a little bit stuck with my color scheme. I mean, I like it because I wanted to keep it very light, because the photos are so light. I didn't want any bright colors that would, take away from the photos. But I don't know, it was just a bit of a struggle, I admit. It was still fun, especially this part. But then at the end, when I started to, when I wanted to embellish after my main elements were already in place, it was a little bit of a struggle. So my title is going to be The Twins, and these gorgeous gold foil thickers came in the main kit, and I really like this font. It's very cute. And yeah, this is a photo of my 2 daughters at the same age, kind of. And I really tried to find a photo that was as similar, in the age and with the angle. And this is as good as as I found. Sorry, that's not proper English. This was the best match that I found. And yeah, these girls are pretty similar. Yeah, that's what's kind of the first thing that I noticed with my second daughter, that she looked exactly like my eldest. And yeah, that was a relief because both don't look like either one of us, but at least they look the same, so I know it's my daughter. No babies were swapped at the hospital. And yeah, so now I want to add, back to the layout, I want to add some layers behind my photos, and I backed them on the pattern papers that I wanted to use. Eventually, very little of these pattern papers actually appears on the layout, and so I backed the photos with them, and then I wanted to add some more layers. So I picked from the pattern papers and the My Mind's Eye cards that came in the Project Life kit. I picked out the bits and pieces that fit my color scheme, which is a very light color scheme. I just added the soft pinks, and I think there's a bit of peach there. And again, I'm messing around with this, and this is kind of how it's going to end, right as it is now, and I really like that. I like all the layers of the white cardstock, even though it's, I guess, big pieces of paper, because it's white, it doesn't seem so bulky. And yeah, now I'm gonna mess a bit with the embellishments. I played around with the idea of that little butterfly. I cut it out of something, I guess, probably one of the My Mind's Eye cards. So I cut it out of that card, and I thought it would be cute on those balloons, but it doesn't end up there. And I wanted to use that wooden tag, but it was just too bulky. It was just too big. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a layout that has just a bunch of tags on it, because we also got the crate paper tags. So maybe just do that, and then the tags can be like a major element in the design. So again, I'm moving things around. Yeah, I'm sorry if the video is too long. It's quite long, but I just wanted to show you my process, so hopefully it's not too boring pushing paper around. And yeah, what can I say? I'm very happy to be back on my HipKit schedule. This video was actually a little bit like I had to rush to make it, because I just got the kits, I think, on Wednesday, and today is Friday, and I'm supposed to post this tomorrow on Saturday. So yeah, and as I said, it took a bit. You can see the days are passing. It's a new day, and I think this is now the footages from this Friday morning. So I got the pictures glued down, and now I'm just layering the papers behind them. I added glue just to the middle of the photo, so I could tuck in all the other bits and pieces without struggling. And the bottom title and cluster there, I decided to put the title at the bottom. I thought it was a good place for it, because that little strip of pattern paper with the arrows helps to ground the title, so it's not just floating around. I tried a bunch of other options. You probably noticed on the video, but I thought about putting it in the middle below the photos, but I decided that it just looked better sitting there on the pattern paper. And then I added that chipboard piece of these XO balloons, which is really, really cute. That's from the crate paper chipboard sheet that came in the main kit. And I added on top of it a sticker that says seriously cute, and that's from the crate paper Hello Love sticker sheet. I think that one came in the Project Life kit. And then I thought about using some of the wood veneers. You see there the arrow at the bottom and the heart, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to go with a couple of other things. And I'm just playing around. I'm layering, trying to make my own embellishment there, layering some bits and pieces. And like one is a sticker and the other one is this banner from, the sticker is from crate paper, the banner is from My Mind's Eye, and I just, I like how it looked, but I end up tearing it apart and putting it back together, and at the end none of it makes it to the page. Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure if it's why this page was so challenging for me. I think I was just, getting back in the groove, and it just needs a little bit warm up to warm up my scrappy muscles. So there's another butterfly that I cut out from another My Mind's Eye card, and the butterflies are not going to make it to this page, so hopefully I'll use them on another layout. So, sorry about the so. What helped me eventually to just, get this done was thinking about the visual triangle. I know it sounds a bit, I don't know, a bit a fancy term, but usually I think it's kind of one of these things that you do naturally and maybe not so, you're not so aware of it. But here, because I was so struggling, I really used that design principle just to help me place my clusters. And I'm adding another layer. I felt that I needed another layer there on the right side, and I kind of wish that I cut the white cardstock smaller so it wouldn't be so much to the right side, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so a couple of things I want to say before I go back to the visual triangle thing. I'm really sorry that this narration is a bit all over the place. I promise I will get better again, hopefully. That means I was good before. So we got, I think this also came in the Project Life kit, these cute see-through stickers, like transparent stickers from Heidi Swapp, and I really wanted to use them, but I didn't want to adhere them directly on my layout for a few reasons. First of all, I didn't want to commit. Second, I wanted to add them there between my layers, and that means they would have been glued on a few layers of paper, and I didn't know if that would work well. So what I did was that I stuck them on the vellum sheets that we got in the cardstock kit, and that looks really great. I mean, the vellum, I think it's from Basel, and it's quite opaque, I would say. So you don't really see through it, but it gives this extra texture, and the color, is a bit different from the white cardstock. So it's a really interesting, very small detail, but I really like that. And this way I can move it around and see how it looks before I commit. So I'm just pushing things around, and this is the point where I thought I would place that other cluster on the right side of my right photo. But I remembered something that I saw, I think, on Shimel's Glitter Girl video. I think maybe it was her first one now from the new ones. And she was also talking about the visual triangle and how she wants the photos to be in that triangle. So I really used that as a guideline, and you'll see at the end what I mean about where my clusters are, and you'll see that the photos are in that visual triangle. So I added those little wooden letters from Studio Calico at the bottom to spell the in the twins. And then I thought I should actually, add to each photo which girl it was, because, in 20 years, maybe I won't really remember which one it is, because they're so similar. So I used again the same letters and added them. And at the beginning, I tried to glue them on one of the transparent stickers from Heidi Swapp, but I know the tacky glue doesn't work really well, so I tried with glossy accents, but it just didn't adhere properly. So I moved it to just a white piece of cardstock, and then I cut a little banner. You can see in the close-up shots, and that looks a lot better. And I like also that I'm bringing the white cardstock also a bit to the top layers and not just in the background. I think that's a really nice detail, because nothing else is white in my embellishments, so I think that worked out really well. And now I'm just adding some bits and pieces, and I'm trying to repeat the different elements. So in the bottom cluster I have the foiled letters, and then in the other clusters I have some bits and pieces from the same thicker sheet. So there's a heart, and then there's a little arrow. There's a little chipboard piece also in each cluster, and a little sticker from the crepe paper sticker sheets. And now you can take a closer look at those clusters and see what I mean. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely weekend. I'm so happy to be back. Bye.